Uh, Evening, everyone. My name is Hao. My speech title is Stories I Love. There's a saying that you must love yourself before you can love others. And I really love myself, as well as the stories I love. So therefore, I'm saying I will be sharing about my stories. Why? Because they are components of that consist a good story. They are facts, emotions, self-disclosure that can really connect you with the audience. So I'm going to share two stories of mine, and a goal that I want to improve on as I progress into my pathway. My first story I would like to share is my memorization of pi in high school. Now pi, right? They're not this food pie you're talking about. We're talking about this magical, repeating number of pi. Because in high school, you have a tons of free time. I mean, after you finish your homework, I used to watch TV, do whatever I like, and one night I watched a television show. It's called The Brain, and the competitors on it can memorize random numbers, random pictures, and given in 2 to 5 minutes frame. I thought it's so powerful. It's totally stunned me. Like, what's going on in these guys' head? Like, are they genius? Then I begin a little bit of searching, and I understand the technique they were using. It's called memory palace. There's 2 steps to how to build a memory palace. First, you convert random numbers or pictures into images. And second step, you print those images into imaginary jaws, which are the so-called palace. So I tried to practice this technique for 1.5 months because I was in high school and there weren't any tests by then. And basically, I tried to memorize pi, and I started doing 50 digits after the decimal, and then 100 digits. By then I reached 200 digits. Then I used up all the imaginary jaws I used in my house, like all the kitchen jaws, or the bathroom jaws, or my bedroom jaws. Then I began to use public library jaws because they were much bigger. And then by then I reached 500 digits, and eventually I got to 664 digits after the decimal. I didn't, because by then it was using too much of my time. I have to spend an hour every day trying to remind myself of the 500 digits I previously memorized, as well as new numbers, imagining them in the jaws. And my parents told me off because I was like on a piece of paper writing down numbers, not doing any productive work. Yeah. And then they question like, what practical skills do you get from memorizing numbers? And I was defeated. I can't come up with the answer. But funny enough, later that year, I scored the highest mark for my commerce in the commerce faculty out of all students. And at the end, I got a cup or something. And my friends can't say anything. Like, I was doing actually proper work. This is my actual comeback. And that process made me learn that our human brain can acquire anything. We can, as long as we spend enough time into it, we can acquire any knowledge. You see that I learned non-repeating pies. You can do that with any knowledge. And the second story I would like to share is the story of karate. You know, some of you know that I do karate, but before that I was playing for a local club for tennis. Playing tennis for my local club. And I played for 3 years. And every end of summer, we do inter-club competition where we play against new players, different play styles. At my last inter-club competition I got really defeated because I was playing against this 10-year-old kid and I was 16. I tried to beat him, but he was so good. All the best I can do is being like a good dog, chase the ball all the time. Yeah. Every time I try to hit the ball to him, it's always there. But he can always control the ball. Like every time he hit it back, I always have to run for it. And there's never a point in my life where I feel how futile it is, trying your best, yet get defeated so badly. Disappointed, I switched to a non-competitive sport, and I did karate. Right. In karate, the instructors encourage you to focus on your techniques, like trying to do a better technique than you previously did. And there are no outcomes. When you step on the dojo, you train hard and you try to do your best. And that's all they care. They only want to see that you do your best. That you don't have to compare with others. They're not comparing you with others, and you're not getting any outcome from it. All you see is you're improving. And this is the point where I learned that you should really enjoy the process of learning and not trying to get the outcome instead of focusing on the outcome, because you cannot control the outcome. You can only control your mindset and your process. And the last goal I want to focus on is the leadership goal, because I talked to some experienced members. They say Toastmaster is a leadership program. It's not a focus on public speaking. I try to question, like, where's leadership? I can't sense it. They say that you exercise leadership in the agenda, or exercise leadership in executive team, or mentoring program. I've not experienced it so far. I'm trying to seek a solution. In my second case of practicing a good leadership and being a caring person, because the materials in Toastmaster, they do not say what is leadership. They do not directly teach you what is leadership. So at the moment, I'm second guessing stuff, and I'm just trying to be a nice person, because if you're nice, others might listen to you, I guess. And that's my story. A story always have an end, no matter how good it is. And here's my 3 points I made. I think that with enough time, human can learn anything. And the second story was about you should really focus on the process and not on the outcomes that you cannot control. And thirdly, try to care for others. Have a heart of caring for others. And that might be the basic fundamental point of leadership. Thank you.